I wanted to give you a tip on time management. I hear from so many students from all my classes that the biggest struggle that they have with is time management, because with school and family and work, that there's so many things to do in all these areas of their lives. It just comes together and they say, I don't know how to manage everything. And it's something that many students struggle with. It's something that I struggle with. And so I'm always trying to find strategies to help myself to be able to be productive and to be effective and to get the things I need done. So first and foremost, I just wanted to mention that I did make a video on setting priorities, and that was on sorting the rocks, the pebbles, and the sand. So if you haven't yet, just go ahead and watch that, and then that way you can start thinking about what are your priorities and what's not so important, because part of my time management strategy is to talk about that, or to refer to what are your priorities, and then hopefully that will help you. So I do use to-do lists. I know sometimes I hear people say to-do lists are a thing of the past and that you shouldn't be using it. You should be just setting goals, which I do agree with. But sometimes I have things that I have to do that if I don't remember, if I don't write it down, I'm not going to remember. So I do make to-do lists. I mean, I have to pay these certain bills, they're due. I have to go buy laundry detergent. I have to go buy cat food. I have to, turn something in, or, whatever it is, I have to write those things down. Otherwise, I'm going to forget. But what I do, and I put a link below for a to-do list that I use, that before what I used to do was just I put just a giant list, just one list of everything I had to do. And you can actually start with that, write everything that you have to do. But that can be overwhelming because it just turns into a checklist. You just feel like you have to check everything off. And then, yes, I can see that can be pretty ineffective, especially if you're not prioritizing. So what I started to do was I started breaking up my to-do list into my roles. And so if you look at my to-do list, you'll see what I did. But what I did was I separated it as to, okay, things I have to do as a parent, things I have to do as a friend, things I need to do for my health or for my finances, things I have to do for my job, things I have to do to build my career. And so all these things became separate categories. So they became, in a way, little mini to-do lists. But by doing that, I can now prioritize my group. So being a parent is very important to me, of course. And so then I look and see, what do I need to do there for the day? And then I take care of that first. And then family things with my parents. And so that takes priority. So I do that first. And then I look at the to-do list for my job. And then I start prioritizing the items under that, which items do I have to do today? And then I do those first, and then other ones so I put a star next to the ones that I must do. And then if I don't put a star next to it, then I know that it's something that I can do another day. So then when I do that and I separate all my to-do lists into these different roles or to different categories, and I put a star next to the ones which must be done today, and so then I focus on that makes it actually easier, because now I've prioritized my roles, I've prioritized the items under my roles, and I realize that there's some things I put in my to-do list that are not actually as urgent as I thought it was, and I can do it whenever I have time in the future. And then one thing I've also learned to do was to set 1 or 2 at the most goals for the day. What is it that I really want to get accomplished? And it doesn't even have to be, say, an urgent thing like paying bills, because that's not a goal. That's just something you need to do to survive. But a goal meaning something that will help you build your career, or a goal that you want to accomplish for yourself. And so I put a goal. So maybe like making a plan for my blog, something, if I wanted to build that. So then I just would write that in my goal, that I should do that, because it is a priority. It's important to me, because if I don't put it down, I don't make time for it, then it's not going to be done. So that is my take on to-do lists and how to manage my to-do lists. So if you want a copy, just click on the sample in the link below.